superior gifts emerged, not in a few isolated births, but with surprising regularity in 5 family clans. There was a short period of power struggle until they realized the foolishness of civil war and formed an oligarchy, heading a loose tribal organization. With the 5 families to push and lead, a new civilization developed, and when survey came to call, they were no longer savages. Combine bought the trade rights about 75 years ago. Then the company and the 5 families got together and marketed a luxury item to the galaxy. You know how every superjet bigshot on 25 planets wants to say he's hunted on Katka. And if he can point out a Graz head on his wall, or wear a tail bracelet, he's able to strut with the best. To holiday on Katka is both fabulous and fashionable, and very, very profitable for the natives, and for Combine, who sells transportation to the travelers. "I hear they have poachers, too," Dane remarked. "Yes, that naturally follows. You know what a glam skin brings on the market. Wherever you have a rigidly controlled export, you're going to have poachers and smugglers. But the patrol doesn't go to Katka. The natives handle their own criminals. Personally, I'd cheerfully take a 99-year sentence in the lunar mines in place of what the Katkans dish out to a poacher they net." "So that rumor has spread satisfactorily." Coffee slopped over the brim of Tao's mug, and Dane dropped the packet of steak concentrate he was about to feed into the cooker. Chief Ranger Asaki loomed in the doorway of the mess as suddenly as if he had been teleported to that point. The medic arose to his feet and smiled politely at the visitor. "Do I detect in that observation, sir, the suggestion that the tales I have heard were deliberately set to blast where they would do the most good as deterrents?" A fleeting grin broke the impassive somberness of the black face. "I was informed you are a man skilled in magic, medic. You certainly display the traditional sorcerer's quickness of wit. But this rumor is also truth." The quirk of good humor had gone again, and there was an edge in the Chief Ranger's voice which cut. Poachers on Katka would welcome the patrol in place of the attention they now receive. He came into the mess cabin, Jellicoe behind him, and Dane pulled down 2 of the snap seats. He was holding a mug under the spout of the coffee dispenser as the captain made introductions. "Thorson, our acting cargo master." "Thorson?" the Kotkan acknowledged with a grave nod of his head, and then glanced down to the floor with a look of surprise. Weaving a pattern about his legs, purring loudly, Sinbad was offering an unusually fervent welcome of his own. The ranger went down on one knee, his hand out for Sinbad's inquiring sniff. Then the cat butted that dark palm, batted at it playfully with claw-sheathed paw. "A Terran cat. It is of the lion family?" "Far removed," Jellicoe supplied. "You'd have to add a lot of bulk to Sinbad to promote him to the lion class." "We have only the old tales." Asaki sounded almost wistful as the cat jumped to his knee and clawed for a hold on his chest belts. "But I do not believe that lions were ever so friendly toward my ancestors." Dane would have removed the cat, but the Kotkan arose with Sinbad, still purring loudly, resting in the crook of his arm. The ranger was smiling with a gentleness which changed the whole arrogant cast of his countenance. "Do not bring this one to Katka with you, Captain, or you will never take him away again. Those who dwell in the inner courts would not let him vanish from their sight." "Ah, so this pleases you, small lion." He rubbed Sinbad gently under the throat, and the cat stretched his neck, his yellow eyes half closed in bliss. "Thorson," the captain turned to Dane, "that arrival report on my desk was the final one from Combine?" "Yes, sir. There's no hope of the rover setting down here before that date." Asaki sat down, still holding the cat. "So you see, Captain, Fortune has arranged it all. You have 2 tens of days. 4 days to go in my cruiser, 4 days for your return here, and the rest to explore the preserve. We could not ask for better luck, for I do not know when our paths may cross again. In the normal course of events, I will not have another mission to Zeko for a year, perhaps longer. Also—" He hesitated and then spoke to Tao. "Medic, Captain Jellicoe has informed me that you have made a study of magic on many worlds." "That is so, sir." "Do you then believe that it is real force, or that it is only a superstition for a child people who set up demons to howl petitions to when some darkness falls upon them?" "Some of the magic I have seen is trickery, some of it founded upon an inner knowledge of men and their ways, which a shrewd witch-doctor can use to his advantage. There always remains—" Tao put down his mug. "There always remains a small residue of happenings and results for which we have not yet found any logical explanations." "And I believe," Asaki interrupted, "it is also true that a race can be conditioned from birth to be sensitive to forms of magic, so that men of that blood are particularly susceptible." That was more of a statement than a question, but Tao answered it. "That is very true. A Lemurian, for example, can be sung to death. I have witnessed such a case. But upon a Terran or another off-world man, the same suggestion would have no effect." Those who settled Katka brought such magic with them. The Chief Ranger's fingers still moved about Sinbad's jaw and throat soothingly, but his tone was chill, the coldest thing in the cramped space of the mess cabin. "Yes, a highly developed form of it," Tao agreed. "More highly developed, perhaps, than even you can believe, Medic." That came in a hiss of cold rage. "I think that its present manifestation, death by a beast that is not a beast, could be worth your detailed study." "Why?" Tao came bluntly to the point. "Because it is a killing magic, and it is being carefully used to rid my world of key men, men we need badly. If there is a weak point in this cloudy attack shaping against us, we must learn it, and soon." It was Jellicoe who added the rest. "We are invited to visit Katka and survey a new hunting range as Chief Ranger Asaki's personal term guests." Dane drew a deep breath of wonder. Guest rights on Katka were jealously guarded. They were too valuable to their owners to waste. Whole families lived on the income from the yearly rental of even half a one. But the Rangers, by right of office, had several which they could grant to visiting scientists or men from other worlds holding positions similar to their own. To have such an opportunity offered to an ordinary trader was almost incredible. His wonder was matched by Tao's, and must have been plain to read, for the Chief Ranger smiled. "For a long time, Captain Jellicoe and I have exchanged biological data on alien life forms. His skill in photographing such, his knowledge as an xenobiologist, are widely recognized. And so I have permission for him to visit the new Zaboru Preserve, not yet officially opened. And you, Medic Tau, your help, or at least your diagnosis, we need in another direction. So, one expert comes openly, another not so openly. Though, Medic, your task is approved by my superiors. And," he glanced at Dane, "perhaps to muddle the trail for the suspicious, shall we not ask this young man also?" Dane's eyes went to the captain. Jellicoe was always fair, and his crew would have snapped into action on his word alone, even if they were fronting a rain of Thorkian death darts, and that order was to advance. But, on the other hand, Dane would never have asked a favor, and the best he hoped for was to be able to perform his duties without unfavorable comment upon their commission. He had no reason to believe Jellicoe was willing to agree to this. "You have 2 weeks planet-side leave coming, Thorson. If you want to spend it on Katka—" Jellicoe actually grinned then. "I take it you do. When do we up ship, sir?" "You said that you must wait for the return of your other crew members. Shall we say mid-afternoon?